What are we going to do now, Patriots, now that we found out that Trump's been lying to us this entire time, that he was lying about the 2020 election since he come out and admitted that he knew he lost? And then on the same day, we find out that we have been, in fact, being brainwashed by Russian propaganda, that all of the right-wing media out there that we listen to has been Russian propaganda, just what them Democrats have been telling us it was this entire time. What are we going to do? I mean, if there's no lies, we don't have MAGA. You know, it's built on lies. And now then that we know for sure that it's all been Russia that's been waging psychological warfare on us, on the conservatives in this country. It's like that we have the weaker minds because they haven't been waging psychological warfare on Democrats, and it's been the Democrats that's been trying to warn us. They've been saying, hey, buddy, don't believe that nonsense. That's Russian propaganda, and we're telling them to kick rocks and like, hey, go do your own research and all that stuff. They've been right about this the whole time. I think Daddy Vladdy is scared of Democrats because they're alphas, is what I think it is. And so he's been waging his little psychological warfare on us, the conservatives, on us. And Democrats were right this whole time about it. And then Trump comes out there and admits that he did lose the 2020 election. Make fools of us, y'all. We've been going around for 4 years telling everybody that Democrats stole the election. Democrats stole the election just because Trump said so. And now then Trump admits it. He says, oh, well, I lost the 2020 election. He admits it now. So that means he is going to get locked up for those criming that he did there with Jack Smith, because that's what he's being charged with, and in Georgia. So he lied to us about the 2020 election. Now we find out that we've been being brainwashed by Russian propaganda and stuff like that, and the Democrats are right. What are we going to do? I mean, Trump's still lying, y'all. Did y'all see what he said the other day whenever he was talking to that Moms of Liberty people? You know, the minivan Taliban, the assholes with casseroles, schnazzies with twatsies, shitlers with clitlers. He was talking to them, and he said that people send their kids to school and that the school takes them for like 3 days and does surgeries on them and changes their gender and then sends them back home. And then those kids like 15 years later are like, oh my God, what happened to me? Who did this to me? Everybody knows that ain't happening. That ain't happening nowhere in the world. Never has it ever happened, and never will it ever happen. And he just says it with a straight face, as if it's true. Hey, and even the schnazzies with twatsies, they didn't even say anything about it because they're like, hey, yeah, that's a big fat lie, but we're good with that. We're good with big fat lies. So, and which leads me to the next point. What we're going to have to do with this. Since we don't have any big fat Russian lies to run on, because we can't keep spreading Russian lies now that we know the Russian propaganda, because then we will be real legitimate traitors, because we're like, hey, this is Russian propaganda. Let me repeat that to people. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that anymore. So if we want to get out of this, I think the only way we can do it, well, for one, look, we know that we're good at lying, okay, because we've had to lie for Trump for, 8 years or so. We know we're real good at lying, so let's do that as one of our strategies. If somebody asks you about politics, tell them that you don't follow politics, never have. If they're like, "Are you a Trump supporter?" I don't follow politics. I don't know anything about Donald Trump. Just say that, and what you could do is be like, "Hey, do this." I know it's the stupidest thing anybody's ever said in their life when they say it, but that's just two wings of the same bird. Say that. It's two wings of the same bird. What that means is that you don't follow politics and you don't know anything about politics, but it kind of makes you sound smart at the same time, like you do know what you're talking about, but you really don't. You could use that one. That's a good one to use right there. But hey, just tell them you've never followed politics. Don't ever own up to being a Trump supporter. That's going to be embarrassing, and we don't have to tell our grandkids and stuff about it either. We can just lie about it the rest of our lives. Burn all of your Trump stuff. Get rid of all that stuff. But anyway, let's do that. And look, another thing, we can't vote in this election. Who are we going to vote for, right? We're going to vote for Republicans that's been feeding us Russian propaganda this whole time, molesting our little brains. Are we going to do that? Vote for the people that's actually been waging psychological warfare on us? Why would we do that? That would be stupid. Now, what we could do is vote Democrat, though. We could vote blue because they're the alphas. They're the strongest. They were right this whole time. We should have been listening to them the whole time, y'all. So, I mean, that would be the right thing to do, is actually just vote blue all the way down the ticket, since they're the ones that are right, and they've been lying to us. The reason why we hate them is because we've been being lied to with Russian propaganda and right-wing propaganda. So we wouldn't even hate them if it wasn't for that anyway. So let's vote blue, y'all. all the way down the ticket, get a bunch of Democrats in there, and that way we can run out all the people that's been waging psychological warfare and molesting our little brains. All right? I think that's the plan right there, y'all. Spread the word, all right? Vote blue. And inmate Trump 2024.